Email campaigns are a surefire way to increase your conversions, as long as you know exactly what to do. But where do you start? A quick Google search will give you a flood of information, but nothing is specific enough to guide you. It's like having a diagnosis without a treatment plan. So in this video, I will get specific. I will cover 4 essential email campaigns you need to set up as soon as you create your email list. This campaign will help you increase your conversion rate and maximize your revenue. And for one reason or another, if you don't have this set up, you are pretty much bleeding money in real time, potentially a lot of it. Why? Because think of email campaign as assets that pump out revenue years after years. It's like you have your own personal gold mine and you build this machine to do the mining for you 24 hours a day, every day. For example, if I set up an email automation piece for someone, let's say a cart abandon sequence, which will trigger whenever someone leave their cart without completing the purchase. Depending on the niche, the global cart abandonment rate is around 80%. If you set up a cart abandonment sequence, you'll be able to recover at least 10 or 20% of those sales. Let's say that you are selling a product for $100 and you have a list of 5,000 people and 2,000 people are getting the cart abandon sequence. Even if you recover 10% of those sales, that would bring you around $20,000. Now imagine if you had 10 products and no abandonment sequence. How much money do you think you are losing? So the number 1 must email campaign to set up is the cart abandon sequence. Number 2 is the welcome series. Think about some of the most popular self-help books like Atomic Habit, Think and Grow Rich, The 4-Hour Work Week. Can you tell what do they all have in common? Yes, they begin with a compelling story that describe or introduce the author's vision, who they are, what they have done, and what the book is all about. Even though you already bought the book, they don't necessarily need to tell you a story, but they are doing it anyway because the story serves a greater purpose. It engages the reader, makes them excited, and increase the perceived value of the book. You can do the same thing with your welcome series. So here are the tips to write engaging welcome series. Next time you read a book, any book like biography, autobiography, or any self-help book, pay attention to how the authors create a vision from the start. Take inspiration from it, make it a template, insert your own story. Then you'll have a good piece of content that you can use and reuse, not only in a welcome series, but whenever it is needed. In other words, your welcome series or sequence will be better than 99% of the population, and it will leave a long-lasting impression. And you need to have that impression because on average, a welcome series open rate is 80%, but it drops significantly on the next email or the subsequent one. So do whatever you can with whatever you have. Number 3 is the re-engagement series or the resurrection series. If someone hasn't opened your email in the last 60 or 90 days, it's time to re-engage them with a targeted series of 3 to 4 emails. Since they're just sitting there without opening or reading your emails, they're burning your money. The best thing to do is remove them from your email list, because sending emails to inactive subscriber not only waste your time, money, and resource, but can also damage your ESP reputation. In many cases, it results in landing your emails in the spam box, because if people are not opening your emails, Google interrupts this lack of engagement is that your content isn't relevant and it starts filtering your emails to the spam folder. I know it's frustrating. The solution is to maintain a clean list by removing this inactive subscriber. But you may say or think that, oh, well, I did pay money to get all those leads. Well, you did do that, but consider this. If they haven't opened your emails in the last 60 or 90 days, they're unlikely to buy anything from you. So unless you can revive them with the re-engagement series, the best thing to do is remove them. Of course, if you insist, you can keep them for years, but that's only when you have a good open rate of 20 or 30%, but be cautious. So number 4 is the lead magnet or autoresponder email. This one might seem obvious, but time and time again I see that people misunderstand the real purpose or intent behind the autoresponder emails, and this costs them sales, money, and the new prospect. That's why I created an entire video dedicated to this topic, where you learn how to write autoresponder emails that grip, gratify, and grab your prospect by their psychology and driving them to your offers, which you can watch here.